Well, what's up, Guardians? Peace and Grease here. And if you're wondering why would Bungie implement NotSwap into this epic raid race that nobody wanted and nobody asked for, well, I'm going to tell you exactly why they're doing it. Then I'm going to be having quite the hot take that's probably going to piss some of you raiders off, and I just don't care. So let's get into this. So why would Bungie implement NotSwap into this epic raid race? It's really simple. See, at some point they started talking about the divide between consoles and PC. Now, Bungie believes that this divide exists between them because of swapping, meaning that it takes longer for console players to open their menu and then change their loadout and get out of their menu than it does PC. Now, that may be true. However, I find it hard to believe that that is the main contributing factor. I'm sorry, I just don't buy it. They listed the results of the Desert Perpetual, I think it was, last race, or was it the race before that? I don't remember. Doesn't matter. The point is, I think the first console that finished was like in the 20-something position, something along those lines. So very far from first, right? So Bungie said, okay, we got to do something to level the playing field. Right, put everybody on the same field. No one has an advantage. And whoever wins, wins. The answer was this Band-Aid fix known as NotSwap. So if you can't swap, that means PC players can't come in here at supersonic speed, click, 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 and change their loadout, and then quickly do it again, and change their loadout again, right? Click, 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 click. And consoles wouldn't be suffering. So that's the reason why NotSwap. It's a Band-Aid fix that, I got to be honest, I know that there is a measurable difference between swapping on PC versus swapping on console. I get that. I'm not arguing otherwise. But I find it hard to believe that that is the entire, like the sole contributing factor to the divide between PC and console. I just don't, I'm not sure about that. I'm not. But regardless, it doesn't matter because that's what Bungie's doing. That's why Bungie is so adamant. That's why they're implementing something that nobody wanted or nobody asked for, is because in their mind, they're closing the gap between PC and console. Just that simple. Now, you can agree or disagree with that. That's not what this video is about. It's just me explaining why they're doing something. Okay? Now for the hot take. I don't care. Look, if you'd have asked me in my D1 days, I'd have told you I'm a diehard raider. At my heart. Loved raiding. If I got home early enough in the evening, me and my friends, we raided every damn night. On the weekends, we raided nonstop. But in D2, when we went through that rough patch at launch, most of my friends left. So I think we were left with like 3, maybe 4 occasionally friends that actually still play the game. That's it. So we just stopped raiding. So me personally, I don't give a rat's ass about the raid. I just don't. I put zero emphasis on this game in the raids. I just don't. Period. The end. I know some big content creators love the raids and they're all about the raids and they prioritize the raids, and that's the most important thing in this entire whole, like the rest of the game could be absolute dog water. As long as the raid was good, that's all that matters to them. The rest of the game is perfectly fine being dog water as long as the raid's good. There are those out there, but the reality is that only 10% of the community actually raids. Probably less now. I mean, the player count's continuing to drop steadily. So it's probably less than 10%, probably 6 to 8% of the community actually raids, maybe even lower than that. So the 90+% of the community should be your priority. I mean, let's face facts. Why was so much time and resources spent on a second raid race for the raid you already had a raid race for? Make it make sense to me. Your game is in a 5-alarm fire. Shouldn't your priority be to fix the game as opposed to having a second raid race for the raid you already had a raid race for? I mean, make it make sense to me so I can understand it. I just don't get it. I mean, that, you know what, doesn't matter. Point is, that's going to probably piss some of you raiders off, and I don't care. I just don't. But Feel free to let me know what you think down in the comment section below, or don't, or whatever you're feeling. And until next time, peace out.